Guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution Tarot, and I'm here today to bring you a message for Aquarius. So guys, take what you feel resonates, disregard the rest, go about your day and know that no matter what messages come through, it's still up to you, your active free will, the choices you make and the steps you take in this world to get whatever fulfillment it is you'd like to see. To me, that's personal freedom, personal power, and something that lies at the tips of your fingers, the soles of your feet. So use that power to do wisely, my friends. For all my subscribers, I love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being here. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. If you feel like this resonates and you'd like to see more, please hit subscribe. Join this journey with me. I'd love to have you along the ride. So I got a bunch of cards today. So before I get into them, I just want to take a moment to call in spirit. I'm going to ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, any of my spirit guides or your spirit guides that would be here for the entire collective, for the highest good of us all. I'd ask you to join us to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, as well as to use me as the clearest channel possible, delivering messages for the most far-reaching, but again, for the highest good of everyone watching. Alright, so before I get into anything else, the Dragon Oracle, we're going to see what messages we have here, what Spirit would like us to know, please. What is one message to open this up? Thank you. And you have the Rainbow Dragon in here, which is absolutely beautiful energies. And what they're giving you is this is to paint with all the colors that you have available to you. So they're giving me this, they're telling me the world would be a pretty boring place if we only ever used one color. Okay, so it says, brings the leap of joy that opens new doors. Have trust, rediscover wisdom, and expect miracles. Accept opportunities when they come to you. And this is important too, because to me this is also about balance, and that this sun is moving up above the clouds. So also the rainbow being above the clouds as well. For some of you, what they're telling me is like things might be a little bit bleak. The bottom here is the aquamarine dragon from Neptune, which enables you to access your deepest soul wisdom. Spirituality and wisdom are available to you. Develop your psychic abilities and receive ineffable knowledge. Many of you already know this, that you hold that key. And to me, what is that? The Trident. Right? So there's something really important here as well about the Trident. Now, aquamarine, especially, that's March. We are in March. That's March birthstone. But it's also very important, if you see there's babies around here as well. For some of you, 3 is significant. But it is that there is, what I heard is you hold this elemental power. So for some of you, you may have, what I heard is, you may be on the cusp, kind of Aquarius and Pisces. Okay, that's not for everybody, but for some of you, that's what this is. Now, others, what they're giving me again is that, like where I was going with, if you've been kind of having a hard time, and they're like, this is veiled. Okay, there may be clouds. They're giving me like the atmosphere, okay, and they're giving me that, okay, maybe the clouds are blocking your view of the sun. But to have hope, because it doesn't mean the sun's not there. It's there. And above it is all of these wonderful things, all of these opportunities. For some of you as well, what I'm hearing about this is that it might be really important to kind of get your chakras aligned. And kind of, they said step out into the new, step out into the world. Accepting those opportunities. But again, this feels a lot like painting with everything that you're given. Fulfillment of wishes. So I got a Fortnite reference also with the chest here, but that is about, for me, this seems many things. There is growth happening, and that's where you're going to find the treasure, right? Some of our greatest treasures we will ever receive in this world have absolutely nothing to do with money, and 100% to do with our growth and how we have changed, how we grow, and how we prosper. And this prosperity doesn't even necessarily have to be like in terms of material wealth. However, it is. It's in many ways. They're saying it's spiritual wealth. It's fulfillment of the things that are going to bring your truth and your heart's desires. Okay, I am getting a download right now. I have super ringing in my ears. As soon as I said this didn't necessarily have to do with money, like the pressure changed and things are coming through right now. Tell me about this fulfillment of wishes, please. And this is disruption. They're giving me, okay, sometimes to get what we want, you gotta shake stuff up. Because if we always stay within the status quo, if we only ever paint with, you know, our certain hues, if we only ever do what is known to us, we will never grow past that comfort zone. So they're giving me a lot here, that there's a lot of wisdom that you have within you, and they're saying to follow your soul's call. Whatever it is that you feel is going to give you this kind of enlightenment and this treasure. Because this is true. This is what you want in this yellow. This energy is centered in following our truth for our heart. Following what is going to bring us the most joy and the most authenticity in ourselves as well. So if there's spots within us that we've been, what I heard is like living for someone else. I'm hearing a song. It's a country song. I've been listening to 90s country while I work, so there's some some 90s countries coming through. I can't remember the words, but it's something about secondhand dreams. So she was daddy's little girl, mama's little angel, teacher's pet and pageant queen. And all my life I've been something, someone else's dream. Oh my gosh. Someone else's dream. I'm sorry, I can't remember it all, but it's basically like, instead of following other people's dreams and what other people may have wanted for you, it's following your own truth. Now they're giving me something else. They're telling me, like, if you were a parent, okay, or a guardian or anything like that, to remember that our children are not extensions of us. They're their own living, breathing human beings with wants and desires and goals and things in their world that they have every right to experience. And paths to go on that we may not always be what we would have done, or may not be what we wanted. And I think this is important again, because for some of you, you definitely have people around you that are the change makers. This is often you guys as well, the change makers. Something's going to happen that is going to bring new opportunities. Okay, so both too is about wisdom with the dragons. I want to get into a little bit more here. And to show you the cup I'm using, because it has a lot to do with here. I feel like this having trust, and like I said, if you feel like there's a lot of clouds kind of blocking your vision of where success is coming, that is surface. That is meant to veil things. This is saying rise above that, because that sun is there and all of the colors of the rainbow plus are at your disposal. The cup is fold your worries into, or fold your worries into paper planes, and it's hard to read, and turn them into flying fox. Right? Turn them into flying fox. Because I'm hearing somewhere over the rainbow as well, right? You have destiny. If we always fall within the status quo, we're not going to accept our destiny. We're not going to go towards that destiny either, because we are too afraid. And if we live in fear, if you decide to ignore the keys and the wisdom that you hold, we're not going to walk into the fulfillment that you'd like to see. So I also brought with me the Marble Tarot. Spirit, can you tell me about this disruption? They're just reminding me not all change is bad. Not all towers come to ruin your life. Some come to clear the path and to clear your path into your destiny. There's a lot here, guys, of definitely falling in line with where you are meant to be in this world, following your heart's truth, and things that don't represent that, looking at them and, you know, with a clear mind and an open heart, going, okay, am I holding this? Is it helping me? They're showing me somebody holding on to barbed wire. Tangled up, holding on to it for dear fucking life, because that's all you know. And your hand's bleeding, it's cut. But they're giving me like this stubbornness. Like if you're too stubborn to let go of that barbed wire, you're going to keep getting cut. And who knows, maybe it's wrapped around something or somebody's pulling on it and it's twining around and twirling around. The tension on this is just going to get worse, right? You're just going to cut your hand more. They're also giving me electric fence. You gonna hold on to that thing while it's shocking the shit out of you? Probably not. I mean, any farm kids, myself included, I grew up on a farm. You have a healthy respect for that thing. You hear that ting, zap, 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 zap. You can hear the electricity. You know that if you touch it, it's gonna give you one hell of a jolt. Would you hold on to it just because? They're also giving me like, okay, giving me farm references here, but also like if you were fencing, okay, and you're fencing, whether this is barbed wire or just regular wire, the barb wouldn't be electrified, but let's say they're showing me horse wire, okay, like for real, like a long time ago, my neighbor, this actually happened, that he did wrap himself up in the horse wire is like thicker so they can like see it, right? It has like this stuff on it, and got zapped because part of it touched like the live electric fence. Okay, you're gonna keep wrapped up in that? You're gonna keep holding on to it because I said, hey, hold the spool? Or are you gonna drop that shit because it's zapping the fuck out of you? Probably shouldn't drop it unless something's happening where like you physically can't. But they're like, don't hold on to things that are not helping, okay? Don't hold on to things that are hurting you. Let go of the barbed wire. What's the disruption, please, Spirit? For some of you, it definitely is coming into and seeing your own power. You have the Chariot in the reverse here. This is Falcon? Just a minute, guys. Okay, I'm back. And I am wrong. It is Captain America, but it's Sam Wilson. So it is not... It says, if Captain America can't stand for the dream on the very worst day, when America is fallen, then there is no Captain America. Because our worst day is only where we start from, where we rise from. And this is Captain America, Sam Wilson, with The Mighty Adventures. So 2014, number 4, if you're interested in which comic. But it also talks about, in the reverse here, everyone at some point feels like giving up. Many times it's because you don't have a plan to back up the plans. The situation or mission spins out of control, sending your energy and effort into flight. You begin to doubt yourself. You doubt your capabilities, and you even doubt if the goal is worth the effort. The pain. But the reversed Chariot, Captain America himself, never gives up. No matter what, no matter the doubts that arise. Keep your heart true and keep your eyes focused on the horizon. Like you said, you might see some clouds here that they feel like, you know what, it's going to fucking rain. It's not going to. Why would I plant something if the sun's never going to come out? Or why would I go after something if all I'm going to see is this? And again, they're saying don't give up, because even on the darkest days, that's when you need your strength more. That's when there's going to be other people that need you the most as well. And that strength is the key, because it's going to help you get to this place of enlightenment and just knowing that maybe they're giving me, like, again, like they said in this message, that sometimes we want to give up because there's no backup plan for the plan. Ooh, this one came out too. After, which is the Three of Cups. Working together, okay? Working together. So you have the Page of Coins in the reverse here with Groot and the Five of Swords. This is mental. For some of you, this is within partnership. For others of you, this is just, I keep hearing destiny swap, okay? I'm not sure if there is kind of like someone around you or an energy around you that's kind of I don't like what I heard, but like tried to be you, or tried to I don't have tried to take what's supposed to be yours. And for some of you, there might always be somebody who you feel like they're getting what's supposed to be yours, and this is keeping you down. But what they're telling me is, which is yours will never be taken away from you. What is meant to be yours, and no matter how much somebody wants to destiny swap with you, that's not going to happen. One thing that might be happening, though, is that we're holding ourselves back from going after the destiny because either we think that we're not deserving of it, we're not worth it, we're not good enough. I feel like there's a lot holding in this. This feels like kind of an internalized holding back. And one thing I'm hearing is, what's the worst that can happen? And a lot of times when we get worried or anxiety, or if we're like, all we can see is the clouds underneath here, and we're not looking up to the sun, we're not looking up to the rainbow, we're not looking up for the miracles, because I feel like that's something, for some of you, it could be like a kind of a depression, but it's like, because, there's so many good things here, but my brain and watching this still feels like I haven't got to what it is. I haven't got to what's stopping the change from coming. Disruption's a great thing because it's going to break it up. It's going to break up these clouds, right? There's something mentally, kind of like a fight, entrapment. Again, it could be with another person in partnership that's stalling plans, okay? So it could even be that there's something you want to do to move forward, but the timing's not right, and you're just not sure how that's going to look. Spirit's like, you know what? A lot of times we fear the worst, so write it out. What's the worst that can happen? Think of some things that could be bad if you go after your goals. And then write down the best that could happen. What great things could happen if you followed those dreams too. Spirit, what else would you have me know, or anyone here for Aquarius know this Five of Swords? Thank you. Seven of Coins. Definitely about choices. There's a lot of different things you can do. There's a lot of different choices that you can make. And they're also saying, you know what? You don't always have to stick by the plan. Just because one idea or one leg of the plan fell through, backup plan. Recalibrate. Okay, I can't do that. What can I do next? And you have the King of Coins here in the reverse. Iron Man in the reverse. I'm going to take that out of the reverse, though. And this could be somebody like a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, but I also feel like this feels like you, okay? In the highest form of your pentacles. That you have choices to make. And sevens to me also are a lot about balance. There are 7 colors in the rainbow. There are 7 chakras. Following these in balance, because ignoring those things, ignoring the choices that you have in this physical world, some of this is ignoring all the good things that we have in this physical world. If we're stuck in this Five of Swords energy, it's ignoring the things that are really great in this physical world because we're feeling stuck, which is going to stop us from turning into Iron Man, right? I mean, Tony Stark is really cool, but he's definitely not as powerful as Iron Man. He doesn't have Iron Man's abilities. He doesn't have the suit. Can't fly. Really cool being Tony Stark, but at the same time, being Iron Man's pretty cool too. They're also giving me about the resilience in terms of Iron Man, okay? And I'm sure if you haven't watched it, sorry. But, I mean, the fact that he constructs his own, heart thing to keep him going is that even in the face of death, he's not going to give up. If he thinks he's not going to be here, that can't be. That can't happen. There is no room for failure. Spirit's asking me to remind you that there's not going to be failure. As long as you keep moving forward in balance, they're telling me it's not like it's not going to be tough. Okay, with the 5 of Swords, we need to change the way we're thinking. The 7 of Coins there, we need to kind of, they said some of you maybe change direction. Okay, it'd be like if you want to go, okay, let's say you want to go to the beach or you want to go somewhere and the road is blocked. Turn around, keep going back to the same road. You ever going to get to the beach because it's blocked? No. You may need to take an alternate route. Okay? This is what they're telling me, is that sometimes this is what needs to happen in order to go through. You need to take an alternate route. And with group, which came out in the reverse, sometimes it needs to be working in partnership with someone else to take their hand. They're asking me to show you the bottom of the deck, which is the Hermit. I think it's important to know that a lot of soul, they're saying alignment can happen while we're in Hermit mode, but we're also only to a certain degree. They're like, you kind of stunt your growth. So for some of you, this is just a, hey, get out, go hang out with people, do something out of the normal. But this is also that there is an amazing spiritual growth that comes from this. So for some of you, it may be meditation. Because if you look, the surfer dude, there's like so much power in his hands on what can be created. So I have the Light Seers Tarot Spirit. What? Give me a little bit more advice going forward, because thank you. You have the 10 of Swords. They're like, let it go. Let them fly away. Because they're giving me the image of all the birds. So I'm trying to think if it's the Nicoletta, Cecily Tarot, or the Scarborough Tarot, where the 8 of Cups is actually, she's holding on to a bird cage, or she's a bird cage as a dress. And they're all stuck in there. If you don't open the door, you're always going to have birds fluttering around in you, going every which way. There's no peace. They're like, let them go. What's meant to be will come back. And holding on to the birds aren't going to help you fly. You have the 6 of Cups here, which is wonderful, because this is definitely companionship and friendship, reunion, a coming back in, I feel like, as well as growth. Because not only do you have this little dog and the little boy, but growing up. And this is growing together. There's the Ace of Pentacles, which is very rooted, right? Roots dripping off of this, ready to be planted. It's giving me like either a succulent, or not that you can see, but I have a spider plant hanging up. And as each spider plant releases babies and roots, this is more growth that can happen. So they're like, also they're telling me about like lettuce, okay, like romaine lettuce or something like that, if you cut the bottom off and stick it in water, right, it will start to regrow. And you also have the Queen of Wands here, which is making magic happen, right? And knowing that this lies at the tips of your fingers and the palms of your hands. And the choice and the direction is going to be yours. There will be some things that need to go on the way, but it feels like that's mental entrapment, okay? It feels like that's all that's going to be. And 8 of Swords on the bottom, with the 3 of Swords on the bottom, and the reverse, and then Judgment under there. Anything this is seeing the truth, that, holding on to these worries, that's just tying up, right? Look at them all. Hold on to them and let them tie you up in that, like, electric fence and zap. Because also, that's what's going to happen. Holding on to the worries holding on to, they're giving me, like, for some of this is trauma, right? This is like things that ruminating on the thoughts. But all it's going to do is squawk in your ears, pull you up, and it's not going to do anything good for you, okay? And the other one here with the three of swords, again, if you look, it's all cut up to shit. And it looks like these red strings have also ripped it. Same goes with the electric fence or the barbed wire fence. If you hold it, it's going to rip the shit out of your hands. Let it go. Harder said than done. Absolutely. Again, I want to show you. This aquamarine dragon's got that key in his hands. So for a lot of you, it's coming out of it and really realizing, you know, holding on to this has not been helping me. It's not helping me fly. All it's doing is her choking me out, causing a lot of confusion, mental anguish, and worries. And they're like, a lot of the times the things that we focus on and we worry about so much, they're probably not going to happen. The likelihood of this happening is so little. So they're also telling me, like, if you are suffering from anxiety, okay, or something that's happening, or stuck in the past, again, they're going, what's the worst that can happen? Let yourself go there. Let yourself think it out. And then go, okay, what is the likelihood of me getting carried away by birds? What are the likelihood of a bunch of crows coming down, grabbing different strings, wrapping me up, and taking me off? Probably pretty slim. So they're like, if we always stay safe in fear of what could happen. I want to show you too, because also I looked under here. We had the Judgment card, which is truth, right? Knight of Wands moving forward, but underneath that was the Tower. And I love this Tower. So I wanted to show you, because you also have the Tower that came out, or Disruption, but same, with the Psychic Tarot Oracle. But this Tower is friggin' gorgeous. See that light that's illuminated? There's a lot of light that's going to come after this Tower. So I hope this made sense, because I hope this made sense, okay? I'm going to bring one last card in before I call this a reading. And this will be like an advice card moving forward from the Archangel Animal Oracle card. This is Diana Cooper. Spirit, what's one parting message you would have for anyone who's resonated with this message for Aquarius? Be yourself, the world will adjust. That's what I heard. They don't like you? Not everyone's going to like you. Right? You have the Bear. Use your power with wisdom. That's the third wisdom card. It's a lot about protection, a lot about family protection as well. Love that we have Deer, which is trust in the support of the universe. Not only that, but this is Twin Flames. This is Mark. Oh my gosh. So some of you might have somebody named Mark, but this is Archangel Michael and Faith. This is both of them. So we have three other cards that came out. But the Deers, also, there's a points. They're giving me a lot of you. Okay, some of you may be receiving downloads, but it could actually be coming from Mary Magdalene and Jesus. Like, you could be kind of getting those kinds of downloads right now, very, very sacred. And the Deers are often about partnership and unconditional love. I love that you have the Eagle, who also has a rainbow with this rainbow dragon. Seize opportunities courageously. Accept opportunities. I love this, the Raven, because ravens have showed up, right? Prepare for change. Archangel Azrael and Bopi. But Azrael, The fact that you have Archangel Azrael coming to you is amazing as well. He's not just the angel of death, okay? Well, yes, the angel of death. But that's change and transformation. For some of you as well, what I heard is you were a spirit walker, okay? Wow. So what they said was to use your best abilities, and to your best abilities anyway, to walk within both worlds and between worlds. Which the crow can do. The crow can shapeshift. He is both of this world and outside this world. Both within, without. And you have the whale. Live as a fully conscious being. Archangel, Mary, and Jules. Change is coming. There are so many amazing opportunities for you. Hold the wisdom that you know. Disregard the stuff that tells you you're not good enough. And for heaven's sakes, my friends, let go of the barbed wire. It's only going to hurt you. Can't do anything with a fucked up hand, can you? You don't want to hurt your hands. You don't want to be wrapped up in this stuff. And again, I keep feeling like there might be something stopping you. Or there might be something that's stopping you from going towards this wonderful change. And Spirit's like, you really need to ask yourself at this point within your heart, why? What are their motives if you want to talk to them? So I'm going to leave it at there. I love you all, and I will talk to you later.